Are you looking for an apartment in Lagos, or do you want to know what it feels like to be a house hunter in Lagos? Or do you want to get an apartment and you want tips on what to actually look out for before you rent an apartment? This is the right video for you. Prepare yourself for an amazing journey as I give you the top tips and things on renting an apartment in Lagos, Nigeria. Hey loves! Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Fola. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. I usually film about skincare and lifestyle, and I recently moved into a new apartment. I want to share my experience with house hunting and every single thing there is to know about it. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to be telling you the things I experienced while I was hunting for my apartment, so that you don't get to experience search, learn from a mistake. I'm going to watch this video to the very end because I'm going to leave the most important tip for the last. The first tip is start looking for your apartment like 3 months before you are ready to move in. Ready to move, say June. Start looking for your apartment since March, April, May, June. Start looking for your apartment since even February if possible, because Lagos agents will show you shaggy. You will tell them this is what I want, this is my budget, and they will be showing you rubbish. So you need time to look for your apartment, because you even have time to go every day for inspections. You need a lot of time. Give yourself 3 months. Don't rush. Don't look for your apartment in a rush so that you don't settle for whatever comes your way. Now, my second tip is make sure you go during rainy season. I don't know how you want to do it, but please go and look at the apartment you want to rent during rainy season. So there was this apartment I found in Ogudu, 3-bedroom. I originally wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, right? But they showed me a 3-bedroom, and it's fell within my budget, in a very nice location, very nice house. The kitchen was so beautiful. If you can hear any mosque, if you can hear mosque, everything, my estate is very close to a mosque. I apologize, and I cannot stop doing this video right now. I've started it already. So yeah, it took me to a house in Ogudu. Very nice apartment. The rooms are very big. Floor has very nice flooring, like this wooden flooring. Very big kitchen, massive living room, massive wardrobes, everything. 3-bedroom flat, very nice, right? And almost, if I was already talking to the lawyer, I'd filled the form. The lawyer has done his background checks, and I was this close to making payment. I just said, let me just go and check. And then I went by it was during rainy season, right? Which brings me to the third tip. Make sure you go after your agent has taken you there. Go by yourself. Now, I went without my agent, and guys, the water that I met on the road, even when I was going, it was the agent that took me. There was still water on the road, but the agent was like, oh, there's another route that you can go through, that this water is just because it rained heavily yesterday, but I assure you this place is usually not like this. So I took the second route the guy talked about. There was water on the road, and I found out that that place was actually swampy areas, because there are some houses that were already drowning. It rained heavily the previous day I went, so like it rained yesterday and I went today. I saw houses that were already immersed gradually into the water, inside the water, and it just didn't make any sense. It pained me because I really liked the apartment, but at the end of the day, I was just happy that I did not eventually take it, because now that it has started raining, how will I be going out? So make sure that you go after your agent has taken you. And when you now go by yourself, if the place is not swampy or is not a flood area, make sure you ask the people around about security. Ask them about lights. Ask them about water. Ask questions. Ask the people that live in the house. Now, if you want to ask about electricity and light, ask people in the environment, right? Ask, so how is the light in this area, especially if it's not like your estate has an alternate source of electricity. Ask people, what's the light like in this area. Now, to ask for water, ask people that are in the house. Tell them, how is the water like? Is it clean? Just ask questions. I assure you, in fact, this house that I eventually took, I made a mistake. I didn't ask about the security of the environment. The estate is very secure. There's security at the gate. Everywhere is secure. But outside the estate, I don't like to move when it's like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. because I heard that they rob people, they snatch people's phones, and I wouldn't want to experience it. So I just make sure that once it is 7 p.m., 8 p.m. maximum, I'm at home. So please ask questions. And my fourth tip is make Gigi and Property Pro your best friend. Guys, if you checked my phone at that time, my cookies or my search history, I was always on Property Pro and Gigi. I'll see the house that I like, so let's say my budget is 2 million naira, right? houses that are like 2 million naira, within 2 million naira budget. You will see it, you will see the location. You can now call the agent and say, hi, can you please describe where this place is for me? And then when they describe it, to feel like, oh, this is where you want, then you can now go ahead and you know, schedule an inspection. Then when they take you for inspection, they will take 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira registration fee. I assure you that you will spend those 5k, or you will see, you will spend like, at least I paid like 10 agents 5,000 naira. One collected 10k from me. I paid like 10 agents 5,000 naira. I saw this apartment, I see this apartment, and pay. So people, I had other people who had agents. I think I collected only 2 agents number from 2 of my friends, but all the other agents I worked with, I found them on GG and Property Pro. And most times, anytime I was going for inspection, I did not go alone. So I went with my sister, or I would go with somebody from the office, just so that I'm not alone with any agent. But guys, GG and Property Pro, you will see options. Another tip I have is, please do not close yourself in a box. Now, I understand that you might have an environment that you want. So let's say I live on the mainland, so I'm going to use mainland as an example. So let's say you want Bagada, right? Be open-minded. So say Bagada, Ogudu, say Ikeja, Oregun, Ikeja, GRA, you know, Maryland. Just be open-minded, because if you close up, like one of the reasons I did not quickly see this apartment I got was that I was closed. I wasn't willing to even explore other places. I wanted strictly one certain part. You understand? But when I said, okay, let me just expand, it's not too far from other places, but I found this place and I really do like it. Another tip I have is, be prepared to be rejected by landlords. Okay, so there was this apartment that I went to. I wasn't going to take the apartment anyways, but one of the agents took me to an apartment in Ogudu, and I didn't like the place. The house is very nice, like very nice house. I think it was even quite affordable, quite cheaper than what I'd been getting, and it's very fine. But there was water on the road, and it wasn't really raining, but there was water. So imagine that I went on a raining day. Like, there was water that if you were driving, you would have to turn off your AC so that water would not enter your engine. That kind of water. So I left, and the agent was like, oh, until let me take you to another place, a 3-bedroom, and I wanted a 2-bed. So she took me to a 3-bed. The agent was a lady. This particular game was a lady. She took me to a 3-bed. The house was not somewhere I would typically take, but it was cheap. The landlord lives in that house. That's the first red flag. Landlord lives in that house. Secondly, there was no parking space, so all of them were parking outside the compound. The parking space inside the compound was just very small. I think they said it was just for the landlord and his wives, so other tenants would park outside. That's another red flag. Now, the third, when I entered the apartment and they showed me, to be honest, the interior was quite nice, very spacious, very nice, good flooring, good ceiling and everything. But then the landlord came and said, oh, I just said I should let you guys know that I only want married people in my apartment, only young couples that don't have children. So I'm like, you want only young couple that don't have children? Are you a witch or are you a wizard? So if you want a young couple, they will eventually want to have children, right? Is it that when they start getting pregnant or when they start having kids, you will give them quit notice, you will evict them from your apartment? The house was just giving bad vibes. I wouldn't have taken it in the first place because I didn't like the structure of the house. There was no parking space, and the landlord was even still doing shakara. I beg. So be prepared to hear shege. Landlords will give you excuses. In fact, I saw one that the landlord said she didn't want a Yoruba woman, a Yoruba person, that she wanted somebody from Enugu specifically, Enugu, or I think Ebonyi or something. She didn't want any Yoruba person. And it was a very fine apartment, very fine house, quite within my budget, very fine. In fact, it wasn't far from where I was living before. The woman said, no, I want an Igbo person in my apartment. I don't want Yoruba. What will you do? So be prepared to see those kind of things. This is also the same with what I said earlier. Please, any house that landlord is living, please run. I don't care how fine that house is. Please, except you can tolerate. Please run. No, like, pack your slippers like this, put it under your armpit and run. If you are driving, pack your slippers like this, throw it inside your car and run. Because I'm just speed off. Houses that landlords live in is usually problematic. I have experienced it. Everybody around me, most people around me have experienced it, and they advised me strongly against it. And I am glad that I'm listening to them, because not because you don't want to cooperate with your landlord or anything, but landlords are always finicky, they are nitpicky. Do you understand? If you come home around, there's some, I'm not saying you are going to be a night crawler every time, but there are some days you would want to come home late, maybe like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Some days by 10 p.m. that's when you're even setting out, you want to go out. Let's say on Friday you want to go clubbing, you want to have fun. They will ask you why you are going at that point. They will ask you why a different cars coming to do for you. They will ask you cannot accommodate more than 2 guests or 3 guests at a time. They are just, not like you want to use the house badly, but houses that landlords live in, I just tend to avoid generally. And I'm going to tell you that to please just avoid it. And another question you want to ask them if there is debt on the prepaid meter of that house. So you need to ask if they use prepaid meter first of all. So this apartment, you guys use prepaid now. If your apartment has prepaid, ask them if there is no debt on it. You need to see it. Ask for the meter number and ask them how do you load, how do you check the units left, so that you don't go and inherit say somebody I know, she's not really my friend, but somebody I know rented an apartment and there was like 200,000 naira debt on the prepaid meter. So for every amount she recharged, they were removing the debt that she did not use. It didn't make any sense. So, and she was really frustrated, but at the end of the day she had to pay it off. She paid everything off and then she now started enjoying the apartment. So yeah, these are my tips. Make sure that you go during rainy season, ask questions, run away from any house that there's landlord, everything. But at the end of the day, when you now finally find the one you like, my last point is to pray. Like, you might think is it because of ordinary apartments? Please pray before you, when you find one that you like, please make sure you pray about it. And before you move into the apartment, go into the apartment and pray. Before we moved in, my sister and I got live here. We got 2-bedroom apartment, so I live in one room and she lives in another room. She has come on this channel before and I'm going to invite her one day so that we can just maybe do like chit chat or something. We only did our cutting and then we prayed on every angle of this house. We prayed on every corner, we prayed everywhere, we sanctified the whole house. So yeah, and now we have peace of mind. We know that there's nothing. So if you are Christian, if you are Muslim, if you're a traditionalist, before moving into a new space, please just pray about it and pray on it. Not pray about it, not like go around to be asking whether you should move in, as in pray in your own house and pray inside the house before you move in. And that brings me to the end of this video. So I need you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and stick around. I'm going to be doing everything, interior, everything, setting up my apartment. So I'm going to be dropping the way the setup, how I'm setting up my apartment and everything. I'm going to be dropping everything, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the video. I hope this video is not too long. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any particular video you want me to film, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section. I'll be reading everything and I will be sure to film such videos for you. Which, yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in another one. Peace.